Are you ready to get your driver's license? Coastline Academy Driving School offers everything you need from start to finish. Customized driving packages, road tests, and we even handle all your DPS submissions for you. Call 817-731-0200 today and use the code DRIVE25 for $25 off. That's 817-731-0200. Coastline Academy Driving School. All right, everybody join me and welcome Coach Clint Dunham to the Paschal Baseball Coaches Show. Coach, how are you today?
I'm doing great. It's 70 and sunny, and got a non-district baseball game tonight to get excited for. So all is good in Fort Worth, Texas.
I love that. And I have to mention, I failed to point out last time we talked that you have surpassed 100 wins. Congratulations on that.
Yeah, it was a fun night. The night we got the doubleheader a week ago, we got win number 99 and win number 100 in the same evening. So a lot of fun. We played a team that we were pretty confident we'd do well against. So it was nice to kind of let my family come out, and my dad did a cool job of surprising me, and had some of my buddies come out and watch the game, and family came out, and lots of support. So it was good, and the kids dumped some water on me afterwards, and it was just fun to recognize not any individual success of my own, but just kind of 7 years of Paschal and kind of all encompassing of what it's meant and all the classes that have come through, and how everybody's just kind of been a nice little piece of the puzzle to all of it. So a fun night of baseball, and the kids did a good job, and thanks to my dad and family for making a special night for me.
Awesome. And so let's talk about some of those wins. Let's talk about last Tuesday, North Side. I mean, talk about some good outcomes.
Yeah, and individually, just some really, really, really good outcomes. I mean, if you look, Owen Settle, haven't seen this before, hits a grand slam and throws a no-hitter in the same game. So
wow,
that was pretty nice to see. So the challenge to the kids in both of those games this week was to try to win 4 innings. You know, and in a win of an inning, it can be 1-0, but just kind of consistently build that separation. And it was really good to see for really 2 straight games. I mean, we swung the bats really well. Owen was 2 for 3 with 5 RBIs, and then we had some other contributions along the way. I think Hudson Sharp had a couple hits that evening, but, you look towards Friday night, and we really, really, really swung the bats well. Friday night was a 20-1 game.
Yeah.
Sometimes you look at those games and you don't quite know, hey, did the other team make a lot of errors? Did they walk a lot of people? We had 16 hits, and 10 of them were extra base hits. So,
wow.
13 runs in the first inning, just came out swinging it. So Edgar Lopez was kind of the big hitter of the game. He had 3 for 3 with 2 doubles and 5 RBIs. Hudson Sharp was 3 for 4 with 5 RBIs. I think we had, like I said, 10 extra base hits, but and that was by 8 or 9 different guys. So it was pinch hitters, and in a cool night, we got every single one of the kids on the roster into that game that evening. So whether it be pitchers who played a position, a couple of pitchers got an at-bat that night, but a really fun night, a team win for sure, but and just really good outcomes for a lot of guys. So a great team win and real nice individual efforts by some, but like I said, it was just a bunch of extra base hits on the evening.
I love that. And when I saw the score, I was like, come again, because when you see maybe softball teams that are mismatched, you see scores like that, but it's rare in baseball, even if it's a mismatch, to get 20 runs. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, and like I said, the wild part was they had 1 error. They made an error in the first inning. The first inning we had bases loaded, only 1 run across and 2 outs. So, I mean, the inning could have ended right there. And to the kids' credit, we reeled off 12 more runs with 2 outs. So,
wow.
And they made 1 error that inning. They kicked the ball at third, and we really took advantage of it from there. So, it was good to see. The kids played hard, and nice to get a sweep of the district week.
Definitely. And then, for the week, you went 2-1, and we have to talk about that one. Let's talk about Richland. Again, it wasn't a 20-1 loss. It was a tight one.
No, Richland's a good ball club, and you look, and we gave up. It was a weird game. Richland had 3 hits on the day, all 3 in the first inning. That's where they got their 2 runs. And 2 of them were ground balls that Sam Dwight did an awesome job of. Full extension dive, both of them hit his glove, and we just didn't corral either one. But, he almost made great plays on both. And if either of the plays are made, then maybe we get out of there with some zeros. But either way, we just didn't hit enough. So part of it was senior day, so we got a bunch of kids in that hadn't been playing as much lately. So, they were knocking off some rust. We had some pitchers get to hit. And to their credit, Anthony Riojas, one of our primarily pitchers, got his first 2 at-bats of the season and lined a single in for one of them. Tex Shope got a hit also, hasn't hit much this year, and got an at-bat and got a hit as well. So we had 4 hits. Senior day can at times be a bit distracting. The kids know all the seniors, the one's going to play. It's fun. It's a little more laid back. You'd love to win the game, but there's a lot of pictures being taken, and we do a little ceremony about the kids before the game. So lots of stuff goes into it. The parents do an awesome job of setting it up and just making it run smooth. And we get to do some things and get to put some kids in spots that maybe they haven't been in but are deserving of being on the field in a Paschal varsity baseball uniform and doing that. So we had cool highlights along the whole day. So we had senior Griffin Shelton pitch to his freshman brother Truman Shelton. So that was cool that he got his whole inning in, ended it with a strikeout, so that was even better. But just a lot of stuff. Alex Miller got his first varsity start in DH for us that day. Just a great bench guy. And then you look, and Scott Witten and Griffin Shelton go an inning and 2/3 for us, and they throw 20 total pitches. So both those guys haven't gotten in much, but it was just every guy that hasn't played much it was their day to shine, and that they did. So it was fun to see.
I love that. And I've noticed during the week and weeks, you've been highlighting players on social media. If you could talk about the importance of that and shows like this in marketing the Paschal Panthers brand.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And I think it's important to, it's easy at times as a coach to talk about that best player, your all-district player, and talk about, hey, this guy's been great for us, and here's what he's going to do in the future. But I think it's important to know that most of the time they're not the kids who are putting in the most. And there are a lot of times putting in the most work, but there's other kids doing the exact same amount of work.
Yeah.
Every day they're at practice. Every day they're, some of these kids are early to practice. They go lift weights after school on their own, and they go hit on their own, but they just don't get those same results, or they just don't get those same opportunities because we've chosen to give them to somebody else. But it's important to really make sure that those kids get that love, that recognition, because we're all people and students, and baseball is secondary to what we're really doing, and we're trying to make great young men. So it's important to recognize, especially the ones who are really standing out day to day, that maybe we don't get to see in action on the baseball field, but really are standing out at practice, at everything we do day to day, and are going to be great young men far after high school baseball.
Definitely. I love that. And talk about the kids' health right now, because we're winding down the district play, and the hope is that you got a healthy crowd or squad going into playoffs.
Yeah, I think we're as healthy as we can be. So we have nobody missing games with injuries. Just some arm fatigue issues along the way, but it's just more kind of the stuff that goes along with the season. We're not at the point where anybody's missing time anymore. So we're ready to rock and roll, and hopefully health continues to be something that we're blessed with along the way. But that's the hope, is stay healthy, and playoffs are 2 weeks away, and we want to be 100% when we get there.
Definitely. Well, let's talk about the Fossil Ridge game today. What do we expect out of them?
It's a weird week. So it's a bye week for both of us. So you just never really know what their coach has planned, what our coach has planned, and you don't quite have an idea. So some weeks you kind of know, hey, we're going to get a district starter. I expect that their Tuesday guy will throw against us, which will be a decent arm. They don't have a ton of wins this year, but they're in probably, if not the best district in the state in 6A, then one of. So it's just it's a rough go of it for them at times in their district. I apologize. They're not in 6 anymore. They've dropped down to 5A, but again, they're in a difficult district. So we don't really look at their record and think anything other than, hey, they're a school from Keller. Keller always has really quality baseball players citywide. So they're going to have a pitch, they're going to catch, they're going to put balls in play. They got a couple wins on their record versus really good teams this year too. So I think it's a good opponent for us after a couple weeks of maybe not playing as good as teams. And this will kind of really push us right into a Tuesday night feel of hopefully it'll feel like a district game and we play well. And then Thursday we got a little purple-white game going too, so that'll be fun.
Nice. Well, let's talk about district a little bit. Right now, the first 3 spots, there's a big drop-off to number 4. So it sounds like, playoff seeding's not going to matter that much. But I see Trimble Tech, they're on a 2-game non-district losing streak. They have Arlington Heights coming up. Looks like you could catch those guys.
We definitely can. So they play each other this week, and it'll all kind of iron itself out. It's our bye week, so we can't move much, but they play this week, and this is the last games for Arlington Heights. So we'll find out where we stand really as soon as Friday night. So that'll be exciting for us. Heights had a scare last week. They played South Hills in a game that went 14 innings, and they won 5-4. So, yeah, we finished our game versus North Side early, and all the kids drove over, and then I was sitting in the parking lot, and I thought I could go over and watch. So we probably had 15 or 20 kids and coaches at the game, kind of hoping that South Hills would win and see if we could get a chance to get back in that district title match. But Arlington Heights pulled it out. So we'll be Trimble Tech fans this week, and if they can get a win, that'd be great. But if not, then we're happy with where we're at, and we just want to be playing well when the playoffs start.
I love that, definitely. And I guess, Coach, so finally, how do things change on your bye week? What as far as for the kids?
We're trying to make it as normal as possible. We're lucky in that ours lands on Easter week, so you get to take a little time off also anyway. So we had a Tuesday. We're trying to treat it just like a regular district game. And then Thursday, we're going to do something a little different. We've never done it before, but it's called a purple-white game. So we've inter-squad on Wednesdays and Thursdays before, but it's at 4 o'clock with no fans, and everybody's in just practice clothes, and some guys are moving in and out. This is going to be 100% real game feel. So we got 13 guys on each team. We have district arms available to each coach. It's going to be a full lineup with a designated hitter. There's pinch runners. There's courtesy runners. There's exact baseball rules. And it's at 6 p.m., so we'll take batting practice. Concessions will be open. Lights will be on. So really try to get a feel of a real game while also getting some kids who haven't been playing as much on the field in an evening game-like atmosphere. So I think they'll be competitive. They already know their teams. They're already a little trash talk has started. So I think it'll be a good little tune-up before our last week, and then we roll into playoffs. So that's my hope, at least.
I love it. And so did the coaches get to draft their teams, or is it the core against the other kids?
No, I draft them up myself. In the fall we do a fall World Series where the kids get to do a 7-game series, and they draft their teams, and it's a good time. But in the spring for this one, I really wanted certain pitchers to be on certain teams, and then I split up the position guys pretty evenly. So I'm excited to see it play out. I'll be there for about half of it, and then I'm going to scoot out and go scout a little bit. I'm going to go try to watch some of the teams we might possibly play in the playoffs. So my assistant coaches each have a team. We'll have the live feed going, so I'll be watching on my phone, and we'll go from there.
I love it. I love it. Well, cool. I'm looking forward to talking next week when we can start talking about some of those potential playoff matchups.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's my favorite time of year to start talking about playoff baseball and see how many weeks we can keep pushing these conversations ahead. So I'd love to have to talk to you for another month or two.
No doubt, no doubt. All right, Coach. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Chris.
Hey, I want to thank you for listening to the Paschal Baseball Coaches Show and remind you to get out there and support your Panthers. Get to their games, let them know that you are rooting for them. Share this show and let everybody know about Paschal Panthers baseball. Lone Star Gridiron is looking for interns. Over the years, we have helped dozens of students get jobs in sports media. If you want to shortcut your path to a career in sports media, click on the internship link on LoneStarGridiron.com.